Came on to answer your questions. If you guys have any consultation questions, just let me know. I will answer your questions in relation to adult residential facilities, elderly facilities, group homes, short-term residential therapeutic programs, etc., etc. So as I wait for people to join the room, um, let's go over some of the things that we have coming up here. We are hiring for we're hiring for our coordinated family support program here throughout the Inland Empire. If you guys want to know some of the areas that we're hiring out of, just send me an email and I could let you know what areas we're hiring out of. Well, so we're hiring throughout the whole Inland Empire for positions for coordinated family support. The Victorville area, um, across there, Hesperia, Oak Hills, Adelanto, all those different areas we're hiring out of. We're also hiring out. We're hiring for people in Ukaipa area. If you know anybody that's looking for employment in the Ukaipa area, we're hiring in that area as well. We're also hiring out of in the area of Lake Elsinore, Paris, Temecula, all down in those areas. We're hiring as well. So if you know anybody looking for a job, now this isn't for you're working with regional center clients, but it is not in a residential facility. This is more of a in the field type position where you go out and you provide services to clients. So if you know anybody that they're looking for positions, you can send me an email and then I can get an application over to them. So that's one good thing that we have going on. But other than that, if you guys have questions, you guys can ask me all your questions as well in regards to residential facilities. I'll be on here for a little bit to answer questions in between while I'm working here. So I just come on here to be able to give you guys a platform so you guys can ask questions without having to physically sit down with me. This gives you an opportunity to ask all your questions about in regards to residential facilities. I try to set a schedule, but it's hard for me to set a schedule because I have so much going on. So I just kind of randomly get on here, and the people that catch me, catch me. But if you turn on your notification, you follow us, SoCal Training Team, and you turn on your notifications, then it'll pop up on your screen when I come on, so you guys can come on and answer your questions. I know it's not always convenient, but it's the best I can do for now. So ask your questions, and I will answer every question that you have in regards to residential facilities as I sit here and get some work done and answer your questions. So if you have questions, please ask, and I'll try to get them addressed as they pop up on here. For our schedule, for those of you guys that are interested in taking the becoming an administrator for an adult residential facility, our latest schedule for the initial certification is our next class is coming up on June 17th. It runs June 17th to the 21st. It runs Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then after that, we have a initial certification coming up in July as well, which runs from July 22nd to July 26th. That is for the initial certification. To look at the schedule, you just visit our website, socaltrainingteam.com, and you'll see a list of classes listed for you there. For those of you that want to take the short-term residential therapeutic program, we have that as well. So you guys can come on and you guys can take that with us as well. So for June, we have the short-term residential therapeutic program. It's the initial certification. That's June 3rd to the 7th, runs 9 a.m. to 5. And then July 8th to the 12th is a short-term residential therapeutic program. It runs July 8th to the 12th. It runs Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 12. So Nicholas Flores, what do you have? You live in Compton. Neighbor has an ARF right across the street from me. I wanted to know if I can get an exemption for the 300 feet minimum rule. Yeah, you can. You just have to get it from the city. So you go to the city of Compton, and then you tell them that, hey, it's a residential facility right across the street from me. Can I get an exemption to open one as well? And if it's right, literally right across the street, they within a week or so they'll give you an approval or a denial. Once they give you the approval, it has to be in writing, and then that letter you're gonna submit that letter with your application to community care licensing to license your home. So it is possible to license a home that in which there is another home right across the street or within that 300 feet. So yes, so go directly to the city. Um, for Compton, I think you go to city planning. Just go to city planning, tell them what you're trying to do. They'll probably have no clue of what you're talking about, of course. Just tell them that you need you is it okay for you to open up a facility that's within 300 feet? They should know the regulation. If they once they do their review, they're going to see what the saturation rate is in that area within probably a couple block radius to see if there are any other homes in that area. As long as typically they'll give you the approval, as long as there are not more, it's not more than just that home there. If they have more than that home on that street, then you probably won't get the approval. But if it's just that home that's just right across the street from you, you should be good to go. But you need that approval letter from the, I believe it's from the planning division. Good, great question though. And um, I did see your email that you sent. I was actually going to respond to your email, but it's funny that you came on, so you got your question answered live. But great question though. Continue to ask questions, guys. Like I said, I'll be on here for a little bit, just getting some work done. So very important questions that you guys have, whatever you guys have. We also do in between here. We also do continuing education. So if you guys are current administrators and you need to recertify, you need 40 hours every 2 years. We offer the recertification for that. A portion of it is live, and then a portion of it is e-learning, which is basically at your own pace. If you need assistance setting up any type of corporation, whether it's LLC, corporate, a C corp, a S corp, a nonprofit, we can assist you with that as well. You can find more information on our website as well, SoCalTrainingTeam.com. If you feel that you're not getting all your questions answered and you want to sit down with me, you can also book a consultation online. We are in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, so you guys can visit us there. Not just visit us, where I'm talking about show up, but you have to have an appointment to meet with us, and we can assist you there as well. So, like I said, any questions you guys have, I'm here to answer those questions. I'll be on here for probably a good 30 minutes or so to give you guys an opportunity or give some people opportunity to get on and ask their questions as they come and go. So, this is your free consultation. I'll probably be on tomorrow as well, but for today, I am on answering every question that you have in regards to residential facilities and setup. We do consultations as well. If you guys are looking to find assistance in developing a facility and you just have questions or you need help with paperwork as far as licensing your home, we can assist you with that. We've worked with, there are 21 regional centers here in California. We've worked with at least 18 of them. So we're very comfortable with working with the regional center. And then there are other entities that you guys may already know of that you can get clients from, but most of us use the regional center because because they basically pay the best as far as reimbursement wise. So that's why we use the regional center to get our clients. It's a lot more work and a lot more loopholes that you have to jump through in order to go through the process, though, of becoming a regional center vendor. So, any question you have? Oh, no problem, Nicholas. No problem for that. Any other questions you have, just go ahead and ask away. And like I said, I'll be here uh, answering your questions for a little while here to give you guys the opportunity to come, go, get on. And any questions that you guys have, I am available to answer. No question is a silly question. So ask anything in relation to anything about facility, whether it comes to experience, or your home. If you have any questions about the type of home that you guys have, you may have a question about that. And I can answer those questions for you. So don't be shy. Ask. While I type reports here, and as the questions come up, I'll respond to them, guys. So, any questions you have in regards? I initially wanted to use Regional Center to get my clients, but I know someone that's getting her clients from DCFS and they're paying more than the Regional Center. Uh, so they're working with children. Are they working with children or adults? Well, DCFS is children. If they're getting paid more than Regional Center, they're working with. They have an STRTP, and an STRTP does pay more than the Regional Center, but they're totally different. And DCFS and Regional Center are totally different entities. They have nothing to do with each other. For children, yes, then she probably has an STRTP or a group home. So that's why she's getting paid more. STRTPs pay more. Uh, ARF facilities, you can get paid those high rates as well, um, but you have to do a EBSH, which is an enhanced behavioral home. So keep that in mind. But keep in mind, children facilities take more time to open as well. So you have to have patience in order to open up a children's home. It takes a lot more time. Average time to open up an adult residential facility is about 12 to 18 months. And then for a children's home, it'll probably take you a little bit longer, probably more closer to 2 years to open up a children's home because the process is just a little bit more, the process is more intense. It is way more intense. So continue to ask your questions and I will get them answered. She has a group home. I wanted an ARF, but I only have 6 months of paid experience working in an ARF. What level was the ARF? What level was the ARF that you were working in? Is the question. Because with 6 months experience, you can open up a level 1, 2, or 3. You just can't open up a 4. Level 4I. Yeah, you can open up a 1, 2, or 3. You can't open up a 4 until you get 6 more months of experience. Where are you trying to open up a home? What city? What city you trying to open up? No, it's not a need. It's not in demand for Inland Regional Center. That's not to say you can't open a level 1, 2, or 3, but there isn't a need. But if you're really looking at needs, then Inland Regional Center never puts that they really have a need. I can say Inland Regional Center doesn't have a need for level 4Is, but I've opened up 6 of them this month. I mean, I'm sorry, this year, and they don't have a need. So I don't really worry about the need part too much, to be honest with you. I just open up what I want to open, and then uh, at some point I can fill the beds. But work on getting your other 6 months of experience. It shouldn't be too hard to get 6 more months. Doesn't have to be full time. It could be part time, partial time. You just have to get that other 6 months in. So get your 6 months in. Shouldn't be that shouldn't be that difficult for you to get your 6 months in. Ask those questions, guys. This is your free consultation for the day. Doesn't come every day. Oh, another program while I'm on programs, guys. Another program we're working on getting approved for is the group home initial certification. It's a 40-hour course, so we'll be offering the initial for that as well. Probably in the next. I'm gonna say it'll be approved in the next 30 days or so. So we'll be offering that. So for those of you that want to become group home administrators, you'll be able to do that program through us pretty soon here. And then at some point, I'm going to add one more program. It's going to be the elderly program, which is the residential care facility for the elderly. And then we'll be able to offer all the different programs to you guys. So you'll be able to you'll be able to certify through us for adults, children, adults and children, and then elderly as well. So I want to capture all the different programs that you could potentially need to open up a facility. So, kind of making us a one-stop shop where you can come in and take all your classes and be able to um, recertify through us. Anything that's related to developing residential facilities or managing them, uh, we want to be your go-to person for that. So that's the next chapter that I'm working on is the elderly. So group home is already in, just waiting for state approval. Once we get that, it'll be up on the website. We'll schedule that, and then next up is residential care facility for the elderly. I'll work on scheduling that as well for those of you that want to do elderly facilities. Excuse me, elderly facilities. So stay tuned for that, and that'll be coming around the corner pretty soon here. So, any questions you guys have? I know I've been doing impromptu meetings here. I know quite a few people can't make it for whatever reason, but I have to kind of do it around my schedule and what I have going on. So that's why I'm kind of sporadic with the meetings. But most of you guys are on your phone all day anyway, whether you're at work or at home, you're on your phone. So you guys can join. Make sure you turn on your notifications, and then it'll show you when I'm going live, which is important stuff. So ask the questions that you guys have, and I will sit here and I will fill out my reports. Just received your certification. This is Huabachi. Just received your certification. I'm working on a plan of operation now. What's the best way to find workers who are certified? Are you talking about direct support staff certified for your facility? Um, are you up and going? I just need a little bit more context. Are you up and going already in the existing facility? And you just want to know how you find your workers, or how do I find workers? So uh, there is no rhyme or reason of how I find any workers. To be honest with you, some of them are word of mouth. Some of them are friends of friends. Um, it's tough finding workers, to be honest with you. The best workers that I find, to be honest with you, are word of mouth, from one employee to another employee, advertising, or saying, not advertising, but literally saying that they want to uh, they have a friend or a family member that wants to work. That's where majority of my staff come from. You can advertise on. I was advertising on. gosh, what's the online platform? It's a big one. It's not Monster, but it's another one besides Monster. And I didn't get many hits from it. I was paying $500 a month, and I probably hired one person from it. So I just go old school, guys. I create a flyer, and I just like to send them out, or I do some social media stuff, or I email my contact list and say, hey, we're looking for staff. Happy Thursday. Yes, sir. Happy Thursday, mechanic. I currently have a year of experience in level 4G. Great. I've completed my ARF administrator certificate through SoCal. Yep. Thank you for taking your class through us. Do I have to complete a year at a level 4 separate? So with the level 4G, the issue is if you want to open up a facility, since your experience is at a level 4G, you only can open up a level 4G. If you want to open up a 4I, it has to be level 4I experience. Now, I'm not saying there's not exceptions to the rule because there's always exceptions to everything, right? So with that level 4G experience, what you do is you go to the regional center. I don't know which regional center you want to use, but you go to that regional center and you tell them, hey, I have level 4G experience. Can I open up a level 4I? If they tell you, yeah, then you can go for it. Because I've seen that happen quite a bit where someone will have level 4G or H experience and they will let you open up because they're very similar. And then I've also seen the flip side of that is that you have level 4G experience and they say you only can open up that level of care. But the true way to find out is to get in contact with the regional center and then ask them. So East Bay might let you actually. Yeah, East Bay may let you um, open a level 4I. But remember, a 4G is not too bad for a start. That's a good push for you to start your first facility. I mean, I don't see an issue. I mean, if I were in your shoes, I probably would just open up the 4G. Not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. The reimbursement rate, let's see what the reimbursement rate is for 4G. Let me see the number. Let me see the numbers right quick because I don't think that's bad. 4G, you could take 4 clients, and let me see what the current rate is. I just can't think of what 4G is off the top of my head. And we're talking about East Bay. I'm working with them right now. I'm opening a program up that way. By the way, speaking of East Bay, let's see. So level 4G as of January 1st, 2024. Level 4G pays $11,245.70. That's not bad. I'd open a 4G. So 4G, 11, 11, I'm gonna just say 11,245. I'm not gonna put the change on there. 11,245 times 4 clients. That's 44,980 per month times a year. You make over half a million a year. 5,000. You'll make 500,300 and 500,000 539,760 539,760. I'm having a problem counting money today because the numbers. So you'll make over half a mil on a 4G. I mean, not that's gross, of course. The net is different. Currently own 2 4-bedroom houses in Hayward. Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. I would do a 4G. You're not too far off from 4I. You still make over a half a million a year gross. Then you just got to figure out your net. It's not too hard to figure out net. What are your thoughts about group homes that house children 6 to 11 and they have a need? It's a need for children. That's the biggest need now is children, to be honest with you, because a lot of us aren't opening children facilities. We don't want to deal with children because the rules are strict and there's so many different rules and regulations. They're way more intense than opening up adult residential facilities. And you're providing literally 24-hour supervision for children. And so that's why a lot of us don't open the children homes. because it's more work. It's more work. That's why they pay you a little bit more for children homes, because it's more work. With the adults, it's easier because the adults can come and go as they please. They're adults. They can be gone for days at a time. They can do overnight stays. You don't have to monitor them as closely. With children, you're monitoring them 24 hours a day. They walk out the front door, you're with them. An adult, they walk out the front door, you ask them to, hey, sign out, please. But Abachi, there's a need for group homes in the IE. Definitely a need, and you'll probably get your beds filled fast. But like I said, you just have to think: is that what you want to deal with? Uh, Kiara, I'm so ready. Administrative certificate, DSP 1 and 2, and we have a 4. Yeah, sounds like it. It sounds like the only thing you're missing is your experience part. Get your experience. Get your experience. You have everything you need. It sounds like it. Mechanic. Okay, thanks. Yep, no problem. Net profit range typically 40 to 50%. I probably wouldn't go. I wouldn't go that high. I would probably say more like. Uh, I would do more like 20 to 30% net. And the only reason I'm saying that is because, I mean, literally, it would. We would have to have a conversation about how much you want to work. How much do you want to work? Do you want to be a business owner or a business operator? So there's a difference between the two. Uh, the business the business owner is that's what I am. I'm not doing any work at all. I'm here at the office. I don't do any work. I don't answer phone calls. I don't fill beds. I don't cover shifts. I'm an owner. A business operator means that you're going to run day-to-day operations. You have your foot in everything. You're answering calls, you're filling beds, you're filling shifts. So you have to decide which one you want to be. Everybody says they want to be a business owner. Everybody says that. But you can't start that way. You guys have to realize I've been doing this 23 years. So you have to really be able to, number one, afford to be the owner and not put your foot in it. And then number two, you have to build a skill set in order to be that business owner part. So it's more than this. You guys saying, "Hey, I want to be an owner," and just sit back. I mean, 23 years here I am, right? So you guys got to take that into consideration. A lot of you guys are going to end up being business operators because the blunt part is you're probably just not going to have the skill set to put people in place to be an operator. So most of us go from operators to owner, like mechanic is saying. Most of us go from operators to owner. I was an operator. I started as an operator, right, for several years, and then I transitioned into an owner as I built more skill. So it's nothing wrong with that. I did it for. I was an operator for 10 years. 10 years operator. The next 10 years I was owner then. So where I kicked back, then I did nothing. I did what I want to do with my time. But it took time for me to get to that point. The more money you make, guys, the easier it is to get to that point. That's the bottom line. There's no way around it. You need the money to be able to pay people so you can transition out. So keep that in mind. 2 years in the business, taking taking shit for the first year. Yeah, yeah. I took it for 10 years, guys. So you guys have to. It's a good business. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a great business. It's a great cash flow business. Probably one of the best businesses that I've done. Um, and once you start generating that income, you have to. I tell everybody you have to diversify that money. You have to put it in something else because you can't and you don't want to be an operator running day-to-day operations for a facility your entire life. You can't do it. I mean, some people do it, but they burn out. About you, I have an LLC. I want to set things up so I can be an owner. I'm looking at a 4-bedroom house. How did you find your operators? Word of mouth. All word of mouth. A lot of it, to be honest with you, just luck, right place, right time, meeting the right people. Um, it got easier for me once I had more than one facility. It gets easier because then you start building your staff pool. But initially, your first home is your tough side, outside hiring. So you're trying to figure out good staff and bad staff, a good operator, bad operator. But my runs everything came from one of my staff. So you identify one of your staff and you make them the operator, and you have to pay them well. Now those people they're making really good money. Good questions though. But eventually, um, you need to find an operator. You need to find somebody to replace you. You need to find another you. That's the hardest part to find. Finding another you that's gonna behave as if the business is theirs. It's a tough business, guys. I'm not gonna say it's not a hard business. Still looking for someone to fill my homes in the Palm Springs areas. Yeah, I've been putting the word out there for you. I haven't had any takers on there on the Palm Springs area. Um, so that's kind of where we're at with that right now. No one is looking for homes in that area, unfortunately. What do you mean by well? And I don't know. What was the question? What was the comment I made? I don't remember about you. The comment in dollar figure. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I was responding to. Oh, pay the operator. How much you got to pay them? Whoever's going to operate and run your day to day, you have to pay them well. Those people are. I mean, when I say pay them well, you're not going to be able to do it on your first facility. You have to have a few facilities where you're paying them well. And when I say well, that's like 90 grand a year, 70 to 90 a year. Maybe to some of you guys, maybe it's not a lot of money, but to me it is. But if you want somebody to take over and run operations, you have to pay them at least, I'm gonna say between 70,000, maybe to start, and then it has to go upwards to about 90K. But they're running day to day operations. They're doing everything. So basically, they're you. If you open the elder care, will you still need 12 months of experience? It depends on if you're trying to get your clients from regional center for elder care for elderly, then yeah, you would need the 12 months experience. If you're trying to do private pay, yeah, I mean there is really no experience requirement that you could meet if you're trying to go private pay. It's just regional center where you need all the experience. Good questions. Rates for okay, what are the rates? The rates for are you talking about the rates for elderly? The rates for elderly and adult are the same if you're talking about regional center. So whatever the adult residential facility rate is for regional center, it's the same for elderly. How is it working with the regional center East Bay? They're actually pretty easy going. And it's not bad at all. They actually move. They actually move pretty fast. They're not like here in the Inland Empire where they're very stringent. So I think you'll be okay working with East Bay. Like I said, I'm working with them on a project right now, and they are way more responsive than my local regional center. The program design I wrote a program design for and submitted it to East Bay, and they approved it the first time. No revisions. And just to give you an example, a difference between East Bay and Inland Regional Center, that's the one I typically work with. East Bay approved it the first round, and Inland Regional Center usually approves it after about the second, third, or fourth round. Same quality program design, by the way. There's no big difference in the difference. There's no major differences. Is what I'm getting at. Anything else, guys? So I'm gonna try hard to I'm gonna try hard to schedule these lives so you guys know ahead of time. So I'm gonna later today I'm gonna schedule a live. I know I'm gonna do a live tomorrow. I just don't know what time. So I'm gonna work on scheduling them ahead of time so that way you guys can kind of plan and get your questions together as well. And then if you guys have any further questions, you guys can send me an email. Any questions at all, you can send me an email, and I typically get back to them pretty quickly. But my email is lsingleton at socaltrainingteam.com. Mechanic waiting on admin cert to come back to apply for. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to schedule a live for tomorrow. So if you guys have any questions, come back. Tell everybody I will be here to answer your questions.